What's up? This is Derek.
Jamie Madrock.
Man, this your man's Obi Trice.
This is Ad-Lib.
Yo, what up? This is Specs One.
This is Special K.
Hot Rock's motherfucking Scrat MC.
Breaking
Records.
Breaking Records Radio out here.
This is Breaking Records Radio.
Check them out, man.
Breaking Records Radio. You know what it is. Maloney in the place to be. Maxwell Scott. Yeah. And we got a very special guest right now. My homie, Dustin Wareham. How are you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. How about yourself?
I'm great, man. I can't complain.
Okay, dope. You know, I'm doing well. Just dropped the album. Just,
Yes.
you know, it's media time right now, so spent 30 maybe 3 days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just seen you were up at with Bring the A Game. Bring the A Game.
Yeah, it was Monday. Bring the A Game with my man Justin. You know,
Shout out Dynamic.
Dynamic, your favorite light skin. That's my dude. And yeah, man, we just did an interview up there. We actually just put it up on YouTube as well, so you can check that.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope, man.
He's a good dude.
Dope, and you just released the brand new album. Well, actually, it's your first album, right?
It's
Full
my
length.
first.
Because your first was EP.
Yeah, my first full-length album, just released it June 17th. I released the EP about 2 years earlier, June 14th, 2014. Sorry, June 1st, 2014, sorry. And that was Bootleg This. And before that, I just worked on a whole bunch of other stuff that's, you know, out there somewhere. And a bunch of other stuff with a band that I had before that wasn't really released.
85 East.
Yeah, 85 East, that's where it all started for me. Actually, that's not really where it all started, but that's where I learned to kind of, you know, become the artist that I am today. That was kind of like my boot camp phase and, you know, the grinding experience, the learning phase. Yeah.
Alright, yo, I got questions like specifically about some of the tracks when I was listening to the tape today. Obviously, bang the tape, listen to the tracks, wrote questions, do the interview, you know what I mean? So on the track Booker Booker, it sounded like you were on a bit more of like a political theme, with like the direct hook, with like, you know what I mean, it's another black boy down, which I think is quite bold and quite relevant. So has there been anything specific in the media that inspired you to write that track?
Well, I wrote that track about, I would honestly say, a year or more before the album even came out.
Yeah.
Like, that track was written, and it was just something that I was working on. But that's always been my style. I'm a very, very politically conscious type of dude.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know, that's just kind of my style of hip hop. It's not always the hip hop music that I do listen to, but it's definitely like my style of hip hop that I write. And a lot of the times it's the stuff that does inspire me. You know, I don't want to be super, super political, you know, but it's the stuff that has the reality with the sprinkles of, you know, a bit of political or a bit of a message put into it that I really, really dig. And, you know, I just try to do a lot of that. And I feel like that track just picked up right where Had Real Low kind of left off from the first album. So,
yeah.
You know, but with all the recent stuff, like, it's fitting that, you know, this song is out, you know what I mean? It just kind of fits to what's all out there.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like, you know what I mean, like a bit of like just if there's a track that's like it's kind of signing the times, like the current times. Like I was hearing that today, you know what I mean, in that track. I was like, shit, like.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like, you know what I mean, just like turning on your TV to a certain level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I appreciate
I like
that.
when you were talking about, you know what I mean, even like talking about like how it's affecting Toronto and shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like specifically, you know what I mean? There's not a lot, I'm not hearing a lot of that at the moment.
No, absolutely, and people don't understand, you know, like we are in Canada, we have a lot of things that, you know, we need to really take care of in our own country, and I think a lot of people don't understand too, you know, that how America tends to treat certain groups of people is how the rest of the world will treat that group of people, because they're the leading force, the leading engine right now.
Yeah, and
so
influence.
If it seems like there's a war against, you know, black people in America, well, the rest of the world is gonna kind of think that. You know what I mean? And there's different realities for different groups of people in this world right now, and we're trying to march towards, you know, the one reality for everybody, the one possibility, everything and whatnot. But right now, there still are the different realities for different groups of people, and you know, Bukka Bukka just kind of speaks to that. And, you know, specifically to how I feel about it anyway, so.
Yeah, word up, because I rate the real shit, you know what I mean, and shit that's like, you know what I mean, not following trends and stuff, man, and
Right.
just actually saying like real shit about like what's actually happening today, like for your mind, like so you can just think about it and like go out and like try and hold it down a little better, you know what I mean? Get a little bit of like knowledge from the track. So yeah, that was a sick track to play.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that is a
that.
dope joint. That J-Boz on the beat, that one?
Yeah, from the beat, man.
No, that's AAA on
Triple A on that one,
So
yeah.
shout out to AAA,
Word
man.
up.
He's a beast on the production.
Dope.
And I remember when I even got that track, you know, I actually won a free beat from him from a competition that I was in, the Survival of the Illest competition that I won
Yep.
back in 2014.
Right.
So that was a track that, you know, I went over to his house, and as he was making it, I started singing like bucka, 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 pow, 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 another gunshot, another black boy, damn. So I just started formulating it right there and started writing it as he kind of gave me that beat. I would say probably pretty early 2015. And I remember taking it to PvP, my DJ, you know, my boy Ryan, and just showing him the beat, and he's like, man, I don't know if you could rhyme on this. This is a different style beat. Like, I've never heard you on this style beat.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I got this, you know what I mean? And just boom, went and nailed it and, you know, put it out. So that's how I got that beat, but it was just something that as AAA was making it organically, I just felt it, you know what I mean? I was just thinking of Biggie and, you know, Ready to Die, and it was like, bucka, bucka, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I threw that in, and, you know, just, again, that style of song, that style of writing is very much what comes naturally to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick, man. All right. So yeah, like on the track, I like the track No Pills.
Okay.
Because in a scene like at the moment where I'm hearing a lot of cats associating themselves with a lot of the drugs that you mentioned in the lyrics to your song, like it's part of the lifestyle, part of the culture, part of the scene. And in your track, you're saying, no, that's not a good look. So, what made you want to write a track with a message that sets an example against maybe doing like a club track that promotes that shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, to put that out again, like now, like in 2016, where everyone's saying, get fucked.
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah. It seems to be that that's the culture. You know, I know a lot of guys who, growing up, you know, they sold a lot of dope, they sold a lot of drugs, and now I'm seeing a lot of those guys really, you know, celebrating and idolizing the whole lean lifestyle. Like, that's the big thing that's really popped up.
Yeah, and that's honestly on the real level, man. My boy died of that shit.
Oh,
you know what I'm
word,
saying?
yeah.
So, like recently, like this year and that as well. So that's something we don't really get in England. We don't really have access to that shit, so we don't do that. But yeah, fuck, that's a whole level in itself, man. I've seen that whole culture of just
Growing up, I never really, you know, knew
it's
about
all
the
good.
whole
It's all
opiate.
good. Like yeah.
Yeah, I never knew about the whole opiate culture.
I know a lot of people hit it, like famous rappers and shit, like Twister and DMX and shit, like.
Yeah, you know, it
just
is.
get down with that shit.
It is what it is. Like, I'm around drugs all the time. I've been
Yeah, for
around
real,
drugs
for real.
my entire life.
For real.
You know, there was people who were in my life, you know, who profited and, you know, whatnot from the sale of drugs. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. There's countless people like me around the world and around, you know, the country or whatever. It just is what it is. You gotta hustle to live. You gotta hustle to eat. So, you know, and whatever. And I've seen a lot of friends and a lot of people, you know, people that someone to this day do a lot of. So I don't ever judge, and I even say that in the song. But really, what it is just like we went from the culture where, you know, marijuana was always a thing, and we always talked about what selling cocaine and turning into crack did, and, you know, heroin and stuff like that. But it just became very in. You know, it was always known that if you had money, people were going to do coke. But it was like all of a sudden the drugs became in. And it wasn't just, again, all of a sudden the M. Like, the M started, and all of a sudden
dealers
people wanted
became the
perks and Xanax, and, you know, guys are doing, you know, the lean was already there, but, you know, all of a sudden it's here, you know, a lot, and it's just getting to a point where we're going to have a lot of overdoses, and a lot of people really messed up.
It's fucked up, man. Yeah, like, if you're like idolizing that shit,
yeah,
and everyone's, because I like some of them tunes, and like, do you know what I mean? I like fucking getting wavy and hearing that shit. But then sometimes I think for the kids that grow up, when they only hear that music and then they want to live their life like that, it's like, yo, man, like, maybe these superstars can do it when they party on the weekend, but you can't base a life on that, you know?
Exactly.
So I just thought that, like,
I feel like Eminem started it.
yeah.
I feel like Eminem, in a sense, made it like a mainstream popular in hip hop to be.
You know, he started talking about a lot of the pills and a lot of the prescription stuff that guys weren't really mentioning, and then you started hearing, guys mentioning Xannies and
Yeah,
you know, stuff like that. And you know, it's
And
part
I
of the
feel
culture.
like, yeah, like
it's part of being an artist. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's there's drugs, there's sex, there's rock and roll.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but on the other side of that, this is what I always try to tell people. Life comes down to two things, and especially in the music industry. People get into the music industry for the wrong thing. You know, it's like a coin. You know, you have one side which is head, and everybody wants to get fucking head. That's drugs, that's sex, that's rock and roll. But on the other side is tail, and nobody wants to give tail, and that's blood, that's sweat, and that's your fucking tears.
Yeah.
So everybody just wants to party, and it's these people who only want to have that one side of life, that uneven side.
Yeah,
They wind up fucking themselves. You know what I mean? You got to even out and realize that it's a balance. So if you are going to do those things and you're going to party, you're going to enjoy yourself, cool. But you know, you got to know when to say, okay, I need to drink some water, I need to be a little bit healthier, I need to lay off. I used to love doing M, but it got to a point where it's like the next day sucked, and you know, like how many, you know, super hangover times 10 do I really want to go through? And you know what I mean? Like I just found ways to supplement that same feeling with other things, just, you know, the music and whatnot. I still smoke my herb every day, and I say that in the song, but and again, I don't judge. I'm around it. People offer me stuff all the time, and you know, it's just easy to turn them down or whatnot. But again, it's just moderation. People need to learn how to have moderation. We're seeing too much turn up.
Yeah, that's a jewel, man. Big jewel, and you know what I mean? Yeah, I thought your tune was like some real shit, like where it was like, yo, like associating it more hip hop with the marijuana again, being like, yo, I get high, I smoke, but fuck all this other shit.
Yeah.
That's not really hip hop, like really.
Yeah.
There's connotations of it in the track, so.
Yeah, you know, it's
That's a good message, man. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate that. Thank you for recognizing that. Shout out to Notion for producing that track. That's my Aussie boy, you know what I'm saying?
Word up.
Produced that track. That's actually the last track that I wrote for the album. You know, and it made the album. But yeah, you know, I wanted to do kind of like a trap song that's kind of saying this. Let's get away.
yeah, exactly.
I heard you call it the anti-trap
The anti-trap
song.
trap song.
Yeah, because I thought you could have gone either way on that beat. Like, it's something I can only say after you giving that answer. Whereas, like, you know what I mean? I could have almost heard that tune like being like, yeah, get fucked up, and you kind of, like you did it like the anti-trap, man. Like,
Yeah,
so
I could have easily said, I pop the pills, I like that shit.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
Don't pop
Yeah.
the pills,
You
I
just
don't
did it
like
in
that
the,
shit.
it was like an ill flip, man. And I thought like there's
Yeah.
a bit more to that track. Like it's actually a really fucking clever concept in itself. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
and you know, I start to even question if a lot of these guys are even on a lot of the stuff that they mention, or if they're just saying it to sound cool.
Yeah,
Well,
they're probably
and-
not even on it. Yeah, that's how
You
wacky
know,
it is. Like, yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny, Future, look at him. He's one of the hardest working artists like in the game right now.
There's no
All
way
his
to do that.
music is about doing lean, being high on codeine, but he doesn't do that shit.
Yeah, you can't.
He doesn't.
You can't be messed up like
He
that.
even says in interviews, he's like, nah, not really. Like, I rap about that.
And there's
That's
health
high.
problems that come with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are guys who have died in this industry.
Yeah,
Like
rest in
literally
peace,
have
Pimp
died.
C.
Rest in peace, Pimp C. You know, there are guys who have died from messing around, especially if you have sleep apnea and you're messing with that lean. Like, you kidding me? You know what I mean? The oxys, oh man, the oxys are the worst. Those destroy families. And you know, like I said, I grew up around certain things and seen certain people, you know, hustling that. I've seen certain people completely waste their lives using it too. I've seen family members waste their lives. I've seen friends completely lose houses, vehicles, jobs, everything just for
whole
a drug.
shit for life, fucked up life, man.
Damn it.
Yeah, well that's, you know what I mean, that's the jewel, that's the anti-trap, like don't, like, you know what I mean, that's where you don't want to go. And
No
it's
pills.
just listen to the tune, man.
Damn it.
Like,
Word up. There's another joint on the album I'd like to touch on because we haven't had the chance to talk on the show since you dropped it.
Okay.
T.O.
Yeah.
First single, first official single.
Yeah, T.O, man. I put that out, I'd say like February or whatnot. Just recorded a little track in the video.
Yep, the video's dope. Shout out Specs One on the video.
Shout out Specs One, my left and my right hand. That's my partner in His Favorite Babies, one of the partners, and he directed that. He just has a way of seeing certain visions and being able to put together things on a shoestring budget, and you know, just being able to, you know, get that shot. That's actually the first video that we worked on. So we filmed it, we sat there and edited it the wrong way, so we could have cut down our time, you know, probably in half or a third, but we edited it using another program, so clip by clip. But it was a learning experience.
Yeah, that video was the reference point I watched, and when I seen you drop that video, I was like, damn, and I seen Specs directed it, and that's what made me holler at him for Water.
Yeah, and we directed Water, and then we're going to direct a whole bunch of videos for this album, for some of the songs on this album. Like, we had a really busy summer. But yeah, T.O, you know, the song, I kind of saw like a lot of, and still do, but see a lot of negativity on Facebook every day, and it was just like, it was just my way of saying, listen, you concentrate on all your energy on certain people, you could actually spend that time concentrating on yourself, your career and whatnot, and just don't give that person any type of mind, because at the end of the day, it's like, you're just feeding the beast, so feed your own beast, don't feed another person.
The energy you're feeding them is building into that.
Exactly.
Waste of time, man. Waste of time, spending time on thinking negatively.
Exactly.
It's just a waste of time, man.
Exactly, just took the Snoop Dogg rhythm for the hook, and, just kind of put it out there, man. Got my boy James on the drums, and he's my drummer now when we go live, when I bring the band out. I got him on the drums, and that's actually what got him interested in the project. And he was like, because he'd actually played drums on the project before he didn't play drums. We actually hired somebody to play drums on the project before in the studio. But he played the drums on this track, and that's what, he was like, alright, it's kind of cool, I dig this, what are you doing with the band or whatnot, let me know, and, so he came in and he's my drummer now.
Dope.
So it's like, how did you go about selecting the beats to use for this project? Because there's so much variation from track to track, and I was really impressed when I heard Ghetto Blaster. I want that beat. I mean, it's too much.
Okay.
That beat. And like, you got breakbeat next to boom bap, next to trap beats. Can you give us some insight into the process behind how you pick your beats and how you arrange them in this album?
Yeah, absolutely. So first and foremost, I gotta say shout out to my boy J Boss. He, for this album and for the last album, was the main producer, the engineer, like my go-to guy. So he's just sending me beats. For example, Ghetto Blaster. He sends me Ghetto Blaster, and
that's an original thing, yeah. That's like that's his thing from your
That's
boy,
his thing. He made that.
That
he found the break beat.
So hot,
He found the sample, and
Yo,
he emails it to me. Right. That's usually how I get my
beats.
beats.
I was listening to that and like what is it, Like a Nun? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Them two joints, I was like, I would play that shit. Do you know what I mean? I would play that like. When I'm cooking and stuff, I was like, yo, that is real hip hop, man. That's some sounding some good shit.
I hope you hear that, man.
Yeah, for real.
Shout out to J-Boz. I hope people hear that.
You gotta give it up. You gotta give it up when people are in the room, man. Like, so, yeah, man. Yeah, it's just crazy that those beats were fucking. Good production,
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So, like I said, my dude J-Boz, he sends me the beats, or send me that beat for Ghetto Blaster, and I wrote the lyrics in a half hour, sent it back to him, and he was like, alright, whatever, and we went and laid it down. He's also my engineer, so he's like, yo, that's dope. But a lot of the stuff, again, just me and him just sitting there, and he's showing me a lot of stuff, and I'm like, yo, that's mine. I'm taking that. So just being greedy and just being like, yo, I'm taking this, and this. But then again, I got the beat from AAA, because that was my dude, and, we got that from the competition, synced it with Notion. Notion was another beat that I had won from the competition I did in 2014, but I had no idea.
Cool. So you won like a couple of top beats?
Yeah, I won a couple beats, right?
Do you get to pick the beats, or you just word shit? Yeah.
Like with AAA, we made it on the spot, and with
like made for you, like tailored for you and shit.
Tailored for me, not least. Nobody else has it,
sick, man.
And I'm gonna go back to AAA, and I'm gonna buy beats off of them because of that. You know what I mean? The same thing with Notion, and as well as my boy Volpe, he's another producer on the album. I went to him and I told him, listen, I got this song that I want to do. It was an old song from my old band. I couldn't recut it with the old guitar player because he just didn't want to recut it with me. So I was like, all right, let's cut it. We'll cut out his verse, but let's change it and make it new. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I recorded Teary Eye with him. In the process of doing that, I'd also recorded another song for my grandma who would pass away. Wow. And that was out a little bit earlier, and that's up online or whatnot. But I did that. I basically compiled all the beats, and I spent time writing the tracks, because while I was writing the album, I was getting hit up by a lot of people for collabs. That was the one cool thing that, that's never happened to me before, but it's been happening a lot in the last 2 years, was people legitimately like, hey man, I like your stuff, this is dope.
So I was going to say off the back of that, how do you, is that how you, got Shaolin on the like an 100?
Oh, Shaolin. Interesting story.
Happy to hear him as well, like going to interview you and then hearing him, and like I was like, yo, that's a dope track, it's a dope collab, man. You know what I mean? He's a good artist as well. Like
exactly.
Shout out Shallow.
He's the top boy. He's the top boy in the scene, isn't it? You know what I mean? Trying to be the top boy in the scene. So
He's gonna.
good to hear him good music. You know.
I like the fact you call him a top boy because that's my little brother, man. The interesting story with Shaolin, interesting story with Butters is, you know, I don't know what they were really doing before I met them, but I was doing shows through 80s Favorite Babies. We had this series of shows at this spot called 751. This series of shows was called Basement Wasted. We're bringing in lyricists like every month just to straight up slaughter it, and we're showcasing them. So I'm outside just burning ahead because I got to take a break and whatnot. And I see this whole group of skateboarders. They always frequent in the bar, you know what I mean? But I see them, and you know, I see Shaolin, and I see this kid Butters, and you know, they're rhyming, and I'm like, you guys are going in, but why aren't you guys downstairs? Like, we got a mic, we got the speakers, let's go. So I'll bring them in, and they tell me it's kind of like, you know, their first time and show whatever, doing their thing. And I'm like, yo, guys, dope, because you guys have potential. So what I did is, I'm like, yo, meet me at the rehearsal factory. There's a rehearsal factory right behind 751. So I'm like, yo, meet me here, you know, like a week or whatever from now, and I'm just going to put you guys through drill school. So what I did is I brought them in there, showed them, you know, don't rhyme over your backing vocals. Just bring instrumentals and just go in, just practice. I watched them go from like a month to like 3 months in. It was just like wildfire, you know what I mean?
How long ago was that? Like, what kind of age did you meet?
3 years ago? I think Shaolin was like 19.
Joe,
so he was 19. I put him on his first show. I
Yeah,
told him, you know, I critiqued him, and at this point, it's like I can't take any claim for anything he does because he is absolutely phenomenally amazing. Him and Butters, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's at a point where it's just like I hear stuff and I'm just like, yo, that's the fan. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it's hard. You just do some hard shit.
That's
definitely
that project he dropped was dope.
we bumping that. That. But that is a very
so I got him on the track.
Like how that actually come about. Like so you had that was your night that you were doing with the fucking open mic and shit, and you were encouraging him to come and touch mic and that, and then hooking him up with like studio time and stuff.
Yeah, bring him. I told him, yo, come back a month from now. We'll book you and Butters. And I booked him and Butters, and they kind of did like their first shows, and you know, from there they kind of started doing their own shows, and I try to go out and support them and whatnot.
No, that's really cool,
it's really crazy because again now they have huge
being like I'm 2 years in the city now, just gone 2 years, so obviously I'm still a new guy, you know, and it's like I know a lot of cats. I'm trying to obviously meet as many people as I can all the time to get people to feel like, you know what I mean, like I belong here and I know people. So I always ask, how do you know him when I'm hearing collabs?
Right.
I like the background story, just personally, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's dope to hear how people organically meet each other in the city and start doing proper rap music off the back of a street thing, really. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's how it's done, man. That's how it's done, and it's all Toronto as well. So I just think it's a good example to be setting.
Yeah, no, it's Toronto, and that's the next generation. That's something that, you know, I look forward to meeting these kids and kind of showing them, you know, some of the ropes and things like that.
You still out there to do that shit? You want to do that?
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
We talk a lot about like how the fucking element of like tutoring's kind of gone. Maybe like in the trap scene and stuff, like it's all just like fuck you.
Okay,
like,
I got
just,
you.
know what I mean? Where hip hop was a bit like the older brother or the you know, the father figure that kind of nurtured you a bit more and give you some advice and shit on how to like.
Now Dustin comes from that OG class.
So,
you
know, like
Dustin is like.
for sure.
Dustin is an OG.
I've got a dad, you know. I grew up with my dad, you know what I mean. But there's a lot of dudes who were raised by hip hop, you know. So they looked up to the rappers for their mannerisms and how they handle situations in life and whatnot. But I definitely look out for the younger generation, and anything I can do to help them, if it's in my power to help them, I definitely will. Because again, that's what we're here for. You know what I mean? Like, I still get intimidated when I go up to other rappers who I've watched coming up and, you know, they're OGs in the scene. But when I meet them, I'm always surprised just to see how humble they are and how much they're willing to help you if they like you. And regular people, you know? And
that's really cool.
It's kind of a stigma that rappers ain't regular people, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Alright, man. Well, Kelly, like, have you got anything else you'd like to wrap it up with? I caught my man with his chilling some shit. So basically, just like, you know, I mean, I listened to the joint stuff at the record today, and like, it's good to like bump the tape and then come straight and do the interview because it's fresh in your mind and shit. So it's good. I definitely, I can hear like the wisdom.
trying to figure out if we still good over there.
That's just one.
Okay. But no, I absolutely appreciate that, man.
Does it automatically stop?
Glad you bumped it.
It's going anyway, so don't worry.
Alright, we cool.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you bumped it. Glad you're asking me the questions. And, you know, I put my time into this. You know, it was put together on somewhat of a, you know, it wasn't a big budget. I didn't have anybody backing me for this.
Yeah,
like that. It's just something I want to put out. It's something that I'm passionate about.
Yeah, no, we loving that independent, man. We loving it, man.
Yeah.
And seeing, like, you know, how good and professional it is. Like, that I want to support it 100% because me and him are trying to do the same thing. Everyone's trying to do the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, and it's good when you see good examples of it, you know what I mean? So we need to big it up and then put it back out to people to tell them, like, listen to this, like, follow the movement, you know what I mean?
No, I absolutely appreciate that. And right now, you know, I'm just trying to do the media thing and trying to tour with my band and, you know, just kind of like get out there and, you know,
get the album out
there and, you know what, bring awareness to whatever. Because I'm really that dude, like, if I believe in something, you know, right now is the time to really kind of say, like, fuck you to a lot of the stuff that's going on. And, you know, I have no problem going out there and doing that. And that's kind of what this album is in a way. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a way of me saying on certain tracks, like, fuck you to what's going on. Like, MVJ is definitely a track, you know. Again, it was a track I did with my band, but it's really a fuck you to the man type track. As is Bucka Bucka. Bucka Bucka is another, like, fuck you to the man type track. And right now, like, we need that music.
I just like it. It's, you know what I mean? We're getting a bit militant out here with shit, you know what I mean? Like, there's too much bullshit going down. So it's good when you just hear something that's conscientious of the situation rather than something that's just saying, like, get fucked and party on the beach, you know what I mean? Like, because I can't do that at the moment, you know what I mean?
There's a time for that, you know what I mean? There's
time and
definitely
place
a
for
time.
everything.
Time and place for everything. And, you know, I have a couple tracks on there that are feel-good tracks.
Word up.
But I'm definitely from that, you know, more lyricist, more Public Enemy, Immortal Technique, you know, maybe not as extreme as them type School Jedi Mind Tricks and whatnot, you know, but that's my fucking lane. You know, I got the Basquiat crayons on the middle fingers, so when I tell the police or I tell anybody to go fuck themselves, they can really kiss the fucking crayons. You know, show them, you know, that's what it is, man.
Word up.
We need to preach that positivity, even though I just said fuck them, man. And whatnot, but, you know, I'm positively sure that, you know, change is coming, and as far as what type of change it is, that's really up to us.
Yeah.
You know, what change is coming, that's what I'm 100%.
What are your thoughts about what just happened over the weekend?
There's a lot that's happened, you know, whether it's over the weekend or before, man, this has been going on since 1492.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're talking at this point well over, you know, what, 600 years, or going on 600 years of bullshit. And it's not to say that there wasn't, you know, stuff going on here before that with the, you know, people who were here, the indigenous people and whatnot. But we're talking about some shit that's been going on for a long time, and people don't understand that. We're talking about shit that's been going on in the world for a long time. And because everything is so immediate now, we have live feeds, we have the internet, we have instantaneous news, and, you know, all around the world, people have access to these smartphones, these devices. People are now actually being exposed to ugly truths and not being fed pretty lies.
Yeah.
So, like I said, change is coming. Again, what type of change it is, you know, depends on our generation and how we want to embrace it. But that doesn't mean there's going to be rampant chaos everywhere in the world and whatever. You know what I'm saying? It just means that there's going to be some inconveniences for some people, and some people have to decide if those inconveniences are worth them condemning the people fighting, protesting, or if it's worth them joining the cause, because if they're sitting on their ass doing nothing, it's just as bad as the people, you know, imprisoning the people. If they get off their asses, you know, they could actually make a change.
Yeah. If your lyrical style could be transformed into a Mortal Kombat finishing move, what would it do to your opponent?
Man, okay. So my style would jump into your body, and what would happen is it would infect your brain, and just your brain would implode from the inside, and, you know, after that, pretty much like it would just come oozing out of your nose, and everything that's coming oozing out of your nose and out of your ears would just start eating your flesh from the outside and just consuming you. So basically, I'm just gonna destroy your brain, consume you, you know, from the inside, pop out, consume you from the outside, and then after that, I'll just, you know, reform back to myself, just be stronger, because I'll have everything that you ever had.
Woo!
no.
Damn.
That was some cold shit.
Yeah, that was cold. Yeah.
Alright, yo.
I hope that doesn't say something really bad about me if a psychiatrist is watching. It's like, he's a fucking psycho.
No, we don't.
Get this man some help.
No, yeah. Ultra Magnus's one was like,
Oh man,
that was
that
like
was
a
crazy.
20-minute explanation of what was gonna happen to you.
That was funny.
Yo,
Put me on the spot there, so.
Yeah,
But,
no, that was some cold shit, yo. So yeah, that's what's
Alright.
gonna happen. You're gonna be dead, motherfucker.
Let the people know though how they can find you online,
Okay.
all your handles, and how they can find the album.
Alright, for sure, man. So, yo, you can get me on Facebook, Dustin Wareham, that's my government. You can get me pretty much anywhere on that if you Google me. But you can find the album up on Spotify, Tidal, iTunes, Google Play. Where else we got that? Pretty much all of those sites like that. You know, streaming SoundCloud. You know, if you don't want to, cop an official copy. If you want a download link from me, just hit me up. I'll let you know how much it is. I'll send you a download link and a couple pictures. You can download that. Otherwise, cop it on iTunes. If you see me in person, I should have some physical copies on me because I'm trying to get that hustle going and sell those. And yeah, man, I'm trying to get it out there in some stores soon. Hopefully, hint, hint. Any of you distributors out there that are watching this, if you see this, I know there's a few of you out there, Fontana, a couple other guys and whatnot, might be interested in the project. Let me know. We can talk about some distribution.
Woo.
That is what it is. That's business. That's for lawyers and us to talk about if that ever happens. If it doesn't, again, we got this magical thing called the internet, and I can hustle my ass off and sell it online.
Word
So,
up.
yeah, I mean, we're worldwide. If you want me to send you a direct link and you're out in Japan, get at my email address. I'll send you a direct link. You just send me the money. We'll make that happen.
Word up. Alright, brother.
Oh, Instagram,
Yes.
80s Favorite Babies, because that's who I am. I'm Mr. 80s Favorite Babies, you know what I mean? Like, out of everybody that was born in the 80s, I'm a motherfucking idiot. Just playing. 80s Favorite Babies. Twitter, at Dustin Wareham. On YouTube, just because, I started that channel when I was with my old band, it's 85 East, so I had 85 East. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. If I get Snapchat or any of that other shit, I'll let you guys know. But right now, I'm pretty much just on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Those are the two that I'm on all the time. And, get at me.
Word up. Alright, thanks for coming through, man.
No doubt. It's a pleasure, man. Love you guys, man. Appreciate that.
Word up, man. Everybody go cop the new Dustin Wareham project.
Jouska, Jouska. Please cop that, or at least bump it on SoundCloud. Better yet, bump it on Spotify, because we're trying to get that money for those streams.
Woo!
I will have all the songs up on YouTube very soon before I put up the videos. And yeah, man, mess with me.